Denpasar the majority of the population due to the volcanic activity of Mount Agung in the evacuation command post unit Rendang, Karangasem, Bali, opting to stay while in exile. Whereas, PVMBG has lowered the status of Mount Agung from Awas to idle. I am still waiting for instructions from the head of the village to go home, said a refugee village of Kesampar origin, Kadik Sumiati, who claimed to still be living in the shelter for a while, as found in the evacuation command post unit Rendang, Karangasem, Sunday 11 February 2018. He claims to still fear the return from exile of Mount Agung due to road conditions in his hometown suffered severe damage. If there is an emergency condition again, then condition it will hinder us to escape as soon as possible, said Kadik Sumiati was quoted as saying between destruction of the road also complained of other Kesampar residents, Wayan Tone. He confessed himself even more alarming road conditions than the condition of Mount Agung, who still has the possibility of PVMBG according to eruptions with scale explosivitas low. The course a lot of holes. If riding a motorcycle had to slow down. For example, the eruption occurred again, I worried could not save themselves if the road conditions are still like that, he said. Meanwhile, Banjar Dinas Kesampar Kelian, Inengasame confesses himself along with the citizens will still live in shelter while waiting for official notification from the relevant parties. He also called on the government to immediately improve the way. With the decline in the status of this, I also expect the government to soon complete the paving of roads in our region. Most only takes about 2 weeks, he said. He admitted to not count if its citizens remain in exile while waiting for repairs. Citizens will be more calm back home if the road conditions have been corrected. If something happens, then it will be easy to do the evacuation, he said. Logistics remains channeled. Responding to it, logistics coordinator of POSCO Parent Sub Rendang, Wayan Sudiarta, claimed to have not recorded the existence of exodus of refugees who returned home after a decline in the status of Mount Agung. So far the citizens still have activity as usual at the evacuation command post. Perhaps refugees still waiting for information from related parties before deciding to return to his home, he said. Wayan Sudiarta said, it also will still keep funneling logistics as usual as long as there are still residents who evacuate. Related or tented will be dismantled when all the refugees had returned home, he declared. It will still be discussed further. In addition to lowering the status of Mount Agung being idle, PVMBG also narrowed the distance estimate danger zone that originally 6 kilometers into a crater 4 kilometers from the top of Mount Agung. It makes thousands of refugees who originally came from areas in the zone radius estimates of danger, was allowed to return home and normal activities in the area of origin.